We just got back from Dallas and we're excited. We just closed on the 120 unit deal in Greenville, Texas. So just outside of Dallas. And we're really excited because we're partnering with Love Life Ministries, lovelife.org. If you want to check out what they're doing, but really what they're doing is offering different options outside of abortion to moms and to families. And they're giving support and love and help and things like that. So this project is going to help fund for the next however long we own the deal, 5 years, 7 years, is going to be partnered with Love Life Ministries, and we're going to be helping to fund them to create some passive income for them so that they can focus on what they're really good at, which is going out and loving people. So I love this about our business. We call it Invest with Purpose. We partner with a nonprofit in every single deal that we do to create passive income for them so that they can spend their time on the mission field, not just beating the streets for money. So we are grateful and blessed to be able to have the opportunity to do that in these deals. It'll create multiple six figures for this particular organization. And, when we talk about investing with purpose, we're not just talking about you and your family being purposeful about where you're putting your money, but also having that social impact by investing with the right companies that are doing the things that you want to do, but you also want to get a great return. So we are grateful to be able to offer that to our investors. We're grateful for Love Life. Thank you so much for letting us into the organization to help you guys out as best we can. We love what you're doing. We're honored to be a part of it. And if you guys have any questions about how we partner with other nonprofits and how we choose them and how we can partner with you or somebody that you know, feel free to reach out to us, integrityhg.com/contact. You can reach out to us and we'll get in touch and we'll talk about some of the opportunities that we have to partner with some other nonprofits as well. So thanks for listening to Free from Wall Street. Let's get into this episode. All right, we have an exciting show today. We just got back from Summerwind, 120 unit apartment complexes that we just purchased in Greenville, Texas, just outside of Dallas, about 35 minutes northeast of Dallas. The area is absolutely exploding. As you know, Dallas-Fort Worth is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. And all around those areas are burgeoning. And now with the pandemic, it's even exploding faster. So we had this property under contract for, 4.5 months. We ran into a couple of hurdles. I did a previous episode about some of the lender hurdles that we got into, some of the net operating income issues, but we closed. We flew down there. We just got back. So I figured I'd jump on here and tell you guys a little bit about what that trip was. So we went down with Lighthouse, our asset management and property management partner. And the goal was to, one, just what's the transition look like when you take over a new asset? So we took the whole team down, at least the executive team came down with us, and then Lighthouse brought 4 of their team members as well. We had a couple of other general partners come out and meet with us and walk the property, which was really awesome. So we got down there. It was a quick hit. We were down there for 2 days, wanted to get back home to the kids. We have a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So staying away long does not do my wife any favors. So we try to shorten these trips. We try to get in and out and get things done as efficiently as possible. So the current ownership had their property manager there the day that we landed for about 6 hours with us. And during that 6 hours, we went over anything that you can imagine. Kim from Lighthouse, she has some incredible spreadsheets and checklists of things that she wants to go over with the person that's been in the office. Like, hey, what do you think your number one expense in this property is? And it typically comes down to deferred maintenance, right? Somebody just keeps waiting to replace hot water heaters when they bust versus being proactive and having a plan to do it. And the problem with that is if you're not proactive and have a plan about when you're going to replace those things and you're just waiting for them to bust, they bust and you got water all over the place. So now you have more cleanup, more issues, more to deal with. So it's how some owners do it. We want to get in there and make sure that we're seeing how old these things are and have a proactive plan to replace those. Who are the problem tenants? If you had to name 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 of your tenants that are problems, what's going on with them? How long have they been here? Are they paying? Are they not paying? And how can we solve for those problems? Sometimes it's simple personality mix, right? Sometimes the property manager that's in the office doesn't mix with this one person, and it's just that simple. Other times you have some problem tenants that consistently pay late, or consistently have problems in their unit, or consistently are getting the police called on them. So you want to make sure that you kind of get a lay of the land when you take over one of these assets. So we're doing that. And then also, what's the computer systems look like? How are we moving your information to our system, right? Your system to our system, all of the tenant ledgers, all of the current pay, all of the rent rolls. On every tenant, we have a whole tenant history page, right? So you're talking thousands and thousands of pages of documents that we have to make sure that we have and we transfer over. And then secondarily, what is the tenor of the property? What is the tenant base like? What are some of the issues that they're seeing? What are some of the continual complaints that you're hearing? What can we do? And, so we do this on a one-on-one basis and just kind of hear it from their side. We're not there to berate them. We're not telling them that they're doing a bad job. We just want to get a lay of the land. And oftentimes we can come in and kind of bridge that gap in a way that creates more solid relationship. Let them know, hey, we know that you've had this issue. We're here to fix it. So we spent about 6 hours on site going through all of that. Where are you buying your materials from? Who are your vendors that come out to this area? How fast will they typically respond? Do you have emergency response crews for non-business hours if we have other people? So it's just a litany of things that you have to go through. So while we're there, we meet this guy. His name is Mac. Mac has been on the property for over 20 years, and he's a retired Marine veteran, and he is 81 years old, and he's close to the office. And the previous property manager was giving him a break on his rent to do a couple of things around the property. He would walk around every day, and he would pick up the property, see if there's any trash on it. He would open and close and lock the pool. He would open and close and lock the laundry rooms. And, he just kind of has a general eye on things. So, we were really happy to meet Mac. He's kind of like the tenant ambassador. A lot of people know him, like him. He's been there forever. So we took him onto the team as well. We kept him in that same role. We're excited to work with him and give him, some purpose as well. Like, what is he doing on a day-to-day basis? So he's a real active guy, very spry for 81, and he's going to be helping us out around the property. And he also pointed some things out to us, like, hey, what do you think about some extra lighting over here? It gets a little dark. And what do you think about this idea? And we love doing that, right? Because these tenants that live there, we want to make their experience better. And if we're really looking to manage this property with purpose, then the purpose has to be tenant driven, right? We have to create an environment where people want to come and stay and live. So we have a big CapEx plan. I'm just looking at it right now. We have about, overall capital plan looks like about $1.1 million over the next couple of years. That's not all at once, but we do have about $275,000 that we're going to be doing on the exterior pretty quickly. It's going to be a lot of entry signs, marketing materials, new cameras, security, mulch bushes. We're pulling out some of the grass and putting out some like 3 feet of gravel away from the base of all the foundations to wick away some water, since we don't get any standing water there. We're doing new grills and picnic tables, and we're going to there's some common areas that really have the ability to have some nice like grilling and picnic areas that haven't been utilized. So we're going to do that. We're going to upgrade the workout room. We're doing some pool repairs, pool furniture, umbrella. I mean, there's just a bunch of things that on the exterior that we're doing, but about $280K. And then unit by unit, right? As people move out, we're going to go in, we're going to update and refresh these units, do new cabinets, new paint, new carpets, new LVP flooring throughout. So we have our capital plan. If you're on the team, you've probably seen this, but we have an amazing, Lighthouse puts together this amazing spreadsheet of, building A1 through 21, building B, B1 to B21. And it's every single unit and every single package that we need to do when those units are turned based on our final inspections. So there's no surprises. We know exactly what we're getting into, but we're going to spend about $1 million, and it's going to take, probably till September of next year to really spend all of that money. But going to create a ton of value while we're out there. So very good. So then we did a tenant party the next day, and all that means is, we've got a bunch of balloons, we got a bunch of food and drink, and we walked around and we flyered the entire property and invited people to come out and meet the new management team. And what we were trying to do is just build some relationship, let these people know that, hey, I know that there's a transition taking place and it might feel a little uncomfortable, but here's what we're all about. Here's how we do our business. Here's what you can expect from us. Here's what you can expect to see around the property over the next couple of months. And we got a lot of great feedback, met a lot of great tenants. Everybody came out and ate and hung out, and it was nice. So, probably only about, less than half of the tenants were actually able to come out. Not every tenant wants to be super engaged with the management company, but it was a good time to introduce us to them, let them know, hey, in the next couple of days, you're going to have a tenant portal where you're going to be able to create work orders and create, communication within the management team so that we can track exactly how long that stuff takes to get resolved. Because what you want to avoid is the he said, she said, right? The tenant comes in and says, oh, well, I told them 1,000 times that this AC condenser wasn't working. Well, if there's not a record of it, it's really difficult to find out, who's on the right side of that. So this portal system does a great job of letting people go in, log issues that they're having. It goes to us as the ownership team. It goes to the management team. It goes to everybody, right? And then we get to track how long it is until we respond to somebody, how long it is until we create a work order for it, how long does that work order take to get completed. And they seem pretty excited about that because, it's frustrating when you call down to a management office and say, hey, something's wrong, and it doesn't get resolved. So hopefully this will help them feel better about that as well. So while we were down there, we also went and looked at another couple of properties. Really interesting area, that we went to on this one property. It was kind of at the end of a town. It was one of the only multifamilies in the area, but it was really highly occupied. The current owner has come in and over the last 14 months did a bunch of renovations, and now he's trying to sell it with about 40% of the renovations still left to go on interiors. So not a bad play, not going to be for us, not one of the things that we were looking for. But it's always good to get out and kind of meet the brokers in the area and let them know that you're looking for more property in the area to expand your footprint and see what else they have, So it was good to do that. And Dallas, tacos. Man, did they have some good tacos down in Texas. I'm from New Jersey, so we do have some good Mexican places around here, but man, not like Texas. So we did the tenant party, and then we all went out as a team to kind of celebrate the win and just kind of chat. So we had about 10 of us go out, and we had a nice long dinner. There was some karaoke. Nobody pulled the trigger and got up there. I considered it, but we ended up leaving earlier than was necessary for me to get up and do some karaoke. But it was great to see the team. It was a quick hit. I just wanted to give you guys kind of an update on as to what that looks like, why we were going down there. We met our new property manager when we were down there. So we hired someone new to come in and man the fort. And we hired our new maintenance person as well. And, it was nice just walking around the property saying, what would you do? How would you fix this up? And seeing how their vision really aligns with ours. So we're excited. I think it's going to be a great project. I really like this project because it's cash flowing day one. We went out there, and by the time we got out there, from the time we closed, it was 98% occupied. There's only 2 out of 120 units that were available, and one of them was already spoken for. They just hadn't moved in yet. So 1 out of 120 units was available, which is really good news for us. So we're going to go out there. We're going to do our CapEx plan. We're going to get the rents bumped a little bit, but we're just going to take care of all that deferred maintenance. We're going to brighten the place up. We're going to do all these, you walk around these places, and a lot of times you just have the soft white, like that yellow color light. And there's not enough of it, so I have a wife and 2 daughters. I want to make sure that they could walk from the car to the front door, and I want that place lit up as best you can, right? So we are replacing every light fixture on the exterior of the property. It's a couple hundred of them, and we're putting daylight LED lights. And then we're adding a couple of lights. We're going to do some uplighting around some trees. Thanks, Kim. We're going to do some other street lights and things like that. So the place will get brightened up a lot. And if you see the before and afters, I'll post them when it's done. It shouldn't take very long to get that done. But over the next couple of weeks or months, you'll see us post the before and after photos. And I'll tell you, it is one of the lowest cost, highest impact things that you can do for a property. When you're driving up into a property and you're squinting to see where you have to go versus when it is just really bright, it feels safe. And this area is not an unsafe area. This area is fantastic. It's situated right between an elementary school and a church. There's not a lot of traffic driving by, so we don't even have a fence around the property because it just doesn't need it. So, but yeah, high impact, putting out these light fixtures and doing things like that. It's got a beautiful pool. So we're excited about the project. We got everybody in place doing what we're doing. The CapEx is already underway, right? We're already doing the projects that we need to do to get this place to where we want it to go. So keep a lookout for some before and after photos. We'll do some updates periodically. If you're an investor in the deal, obviously you're in our investor portal. You're getting weekly or monthly updates for all of these things and seeing kind of the ins and outs of everything that we're doing. But if you're not invested with us yet, we'll still post some stuff on social media so you can see. And then, so we'll be out there again in a couple of months to see all the CapEx done. We'll do some drone footage. I'll upload some drone footage here as well. If you have any questions, make sure you're reaching out to us, integrityhg.com. You can hit the contact button. You can schedule a call with me. You can check out some of our videos, some more of our podcasts. But yeah, reach out if you have questions about how we're doing this, how we're finding our deals, how you can participate, let us know. And we will catch you next time. Thanks for listening to Free From Wall Street podcast. If you haven't gone to freefromwallstreet.com, make sure you go there and download the 5 things your financial advisor doesn't want you to know, and also just get in contact with us. Thanks, guys.